Hi and welcome to Crypto Bible News. In today's news, we'll look at the following stories. Bitcoin bull run has at least 6 months to go. 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. Virgin Galactic chairman Chamath Palihapitiya says that Bitcoin has replaced gold. Canadian Bitcoin mine operator facing $7 million fine for setting up power plants without permission. El Salvador introduces fuel subsidy of 20 cents per gallon to locals who pay in Bitcoin. Before we get into the news, hit the like button, subscribe to Crypto Bible channel, and don't forget to turn on the notifications button so you never miss any new news videos. Now let's get straight into the news. Bitcoin bull run has at least 6 months to go. 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. $50,000 may not come easily, but zooming out, there's barely a bear in the house when it comes to Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin starts a new week fresh from its first attempt to crack the $50,000 mark in over a month. What's in store next? After an encouraging weekend, Bitcoin/USD faces an increasingly bullish microclimate with a host of expectations from analysts who demand that October changes the game. In quarter 4, they say should be unlike anything yet seen in the current Bitcoin bull run. And the latest estimates even argue there's more than 6 months left to prove it. With October set for its first full week, Cointelegraph takes a look at what factors could be next to move the market in the coming days. Markets brace for a tumultuous ride this October. Stocks may have had a flat September, but the first few days of the new month have already shown how just a little good news can see Bitcoin outperform the macro pack. While the S&P 500 fell 5% in September, Bitcoin/USD closed the month around 4,000 below where it closed out in August. Since October the 1st, however, the pair's fortunes have firmly set a different tone. And against expectations for stocks to rally at the expense of the US dollar, positive headwinds for Bitcoin may well continue. Quarter 4 2021 will likely record a higher than average return, quoted Stam Stovall, Chief Investment Strategist at research firm CFRA, as saying over the weekend. However, investors will need to hang on tight during the typically tumultuous ride in October, which saw 36% higher volatility when compared with the average for the 11 other months. Last week's sentiment was driven by the vote on the US infrastructure bill, this now being pushed back until at the latest October the 31st. Powell has been working with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on a draft stablecoin regulations, which is expected in the next couple of weeks. It's not expected to touch on other cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are more volatile assets. The People's Bank of China has had no such compunction, recently ramping up its efforts to curtail cryptocurrency use, even as it has experience with its own central bank digital currency, a digital yen. That's led to exchanges such as Huobi shutting off access to the 1 billion customers on mainland China, as well as powerful Chinese mining pools, actually shutting their operations down completely. Law professor Rohan Gray, who helped drive the stablecoin tethering and bank licensing agreement, the Stable Act, told Decrypt the US Fed has a different purview than that of the People's Republic Bank of China. As it stands, the USD is at its highest over a year, as measured by the US dollar currency index DXY. A reversal in recent days, traditionally a bullish catalyst for Bitcoin, is on traders' radar. $50,000, but not yet. After clipping $49,000 over the weekend, Bitcoin is clearly lining up an attack on the all-important 50K mark, but not just quite yet. Despite bullish impulses, Sunday's latest break to the upside ended with a hefty rejection and subsequent drop of almost $2,000. Commentators broadly dismiss this as being a bearish signal, however, maintaining that any Bitcoin price weakness will be temporary. Fellow trader Pentoshi, meanwhile, likened the situation to last year's quarter 4 activity when it was $20,000, not $64,500. That Bitcoin needed to be. I don't really care for low time frames, I care about the macro market structure, he said in accompanying Twitter comments. Drop or no drop, Bitcoin/USD likewise put in a solid performance with a weekly close of $48,234, and in so doing, cancelled out the previous 2 weeks' action entirely. Canadian Bitcoin mine operator is facing $7 million fine for setting up power plants without permission. Link Global, a Bitcoin mine operator in Canada, is facing a fine of up to $7 million for installing power plants to run its miners without government permission. The company installed several power plants without following legal procedures and alleges that if the penalty is enforced, it will constitute a fatal blow to its finances. Link Global facing hefty fine. A Bitcoin mine operator in Canada could be fined up to $7 million after setting up a mining operation with power plants without having permission from the government in Alberta. Link Global started operations in Alberta by setting up 4 gas generators at a site in Sturgeon County, near Edmonton, and also another mine in Kirkwall. According to reports, none of these sites complied with the rules of the Alberta Utilities Commission. The case was put in motion when neighbouring communities complained about the noise the sites were actually generating. The authorities notified the company that it did not comply with their requirements earlier this year on August the 25th and stopped operations at the 2 mining sites involved. Each of the sites has been operating for more than a year in these conditions. 2 types of penalties the CEO reassures shareholders. The Alberta Utilities Commission divides the penalties proposed into 2 major parts. The first one has to do with the benefits obtained for generating power. The institution alleges that damages in this regard amount to $2 million. The other part has to do with the benefits obtained for mining Bitcoin using this power. This amount goes up to $5 million according to recent estimations. Link Global is contesting the fines, explaining that they're not based on actual financial reports of the company. It's now relocating these Bitcoin mining operations to other locations to comply with current regulations. Stephen Jenkins, CEO of Link Global, declared to the local media, the company and its shareholders, which are in the process of building 2 new Bitcoin mines in the area, will have to wait till October the 14th, where their destiny and the definitive fine will be decided in a hearing. Virgin Galactic chairman Chamath Palihapitiya says Bitcoin has replaced gold. Virgin Galactic's chairman and CEO of Social Capital Chamath Palihapitiya says Bitcoin has effectively replaced gold, having predicted that the price of the cryptocurrency will actually hit $200,000. The executive said Bitcoin's market cap is just going to grow. He said, I can pretty confidently say that Bitcoin has effectively replaced gold. Virgin Galactic chairman talked about Bitcoin in an interview with CNBC at the Delivering Alpha conference last week. The billionaire executive is also the founder and CEO of Social Capital. Earlier this year, Palihapitiya predicted that the price of Bitcoin would hit $200,000 in about 5 years. Commenting on his price prediction, he said on Wednesday, it's very hard for me sitting here to give you a price prediction, but I can pretty confidently say that Bitcoin, I think, has effectively replaced gold, and it will continue to do so. And so the market cap is just going to grow. He revealed last year, in 2013, I bought a lot. And at one point, I think I had almost 5% of all of the Bitcoins. My basis is about $80 a coin. I've never bought any more. The billionaire investor was quoted last week as saying, I haven't put a lot of money outside of Bitcoin, obviously. You know, it's tens of millions, hundreds of millions, like small capital right now. It could get very big, but irrespective of what I do, I will say we all need to pay attention to it because I think the implications are enormous. He explained that cryptocurrencies and decentralized finance, DeFi, are part of Web 3.0. While Google and Facebook dominated the first 2 versions of the internet, the next stage of the evolution of the internet is rebuilding all of that stuff without an obvious leader. The Virgin Galactic chairman said it's completely headless, it's entirely peer-to-peer, and I think that's both scary and exhilarating. Palihapitiya also reportedly commented on whether regulators could kill Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Some people, such as Bridgewater Associates founder Ray Dalio, have warned that governments could kill cryptocurrency if it becomes really successful. However, many others said it's not possible to kill crypto, including Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who recently suggested that governments should do nothing to regulate or control crypto at all. Palihapitiya opined, I think it's very hard to kill Bitcoin. Technically, it's very difficult, just the way that it's architected. It's the most profound iteration of the internet that we've ever seen. El Salvador introduces the fuel subsidy of 20 cents per gallon to locals who pay in Bitcoin. Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele has announced that local consumers can enjoy 20 cents per gallon reduction in petrol prices when paying using the government-backed Bitcoin wallet Chivo. Describing the news as positive news for the pockets of Salvadorians, the president announced the subsidy via Twitter on September the 30th. According to rough translation, Bukele stated, the state company Chivo negotiated with the largest gas station companies in our country so that starting tomorrow their stations will sell each gallon of fuel 20 cents cheaper with Chivo wallet. Bukele emphasised there is no limit to the amount of discount that any local person or company can access the rebate. He added that the discount will erase several increases in the international price of fuels and reduce transportation costs in supply chains. However, some Salvadorians appear unconvinced. The subsidy ultimately benefits the public, with Twitter user Aiden3840 responding, those 20 cents will come from all of us, right? The gas station does not lose. There goes the refund after paid with the taxes, even those who walk on foot. Others were cynical of the government's decision to offer the discount to only those who pay using Shivo, with another Twitter account questioning why the administration did not move to offer relief on fuel prices at an earlier date. El Salvador became the first country to legally recognise Bitcoin as legal tender on September the 7th, later that month. Bukele claimed that 1/3 of Salvadorans were already using Shivo less than 3 weeks after its launch. However, onlookers have expressed scepticism regarding Bukele's reports of surging crypto adoption, with outspoken crypto critic and author David Gerard asserting that Salvadorian officials are feeding Bukele numbers that please him, that fell apart under the slightest of examinations. In his attack of the 50-foot blockchain newsletter, Gerard analysed Shivo using metrics reported by Bukele to conclude that the government-backed wallet would be doing more transactions a day than Visa does worldwide, if the president's data were indeed accurate. And on that note, thank you for watching the news today. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the Crypto Bible channel, and don't forget to turn on the notifications button so you never miss any news videos. Join our Discord group, and you can find us on all social platforms. All the links are below in the description. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and once again, thank you for joining us today.